Folks, today we're taking a look at one of MVP's overstable mid-ranges. It's the Axiom Pyro. In specific, we're taking a look at 4 different pyros because the pyro currently comes in 4 different flavors. The Prism Proton, this guy was the OG, the very first pyro to come out back in the day. Then we also have the Prism Neutron and the Prism Plasma. And finally, the newest addition to the lineup, it's the Fission Pyro. This was part of MVP's Halloween release, part of the Tour of Terror. I've been throwing all 4 of these guys for the past couple weeks, and today we're going to be exploring these 4 discs and finding out, is there a difference between the 4 different plastics of pyros? And if there is a difference, which one you should pick up and which one would be best for your game? Let's hit the course. And for the uninitiated, the pyro has the numbers 5402.5, and it sits pretty squarely in between the MVP Matrix, which is a really straight disc that definitely has a good bit of fade at the end. Definitely not as much as the pyro though. And on the more overstable side, you have the deflector, which is just like a glideless, crazy overstable meat hook. The pyro is definitely closer to the deflector in terms of flight path, where it is very overstable, but it's definitely more workable than the deflector. Now we got a 195-foot par 3, slightly uphill, trees on the left side. You definitely want to hang this guy out to the right on the hyzer. And we're gonna start with the Proton. A little bit on the inside, but that's gonna be a great throw. Oh, that almost went in the basket. Of course, we skipped about a mile, so that's probably gonna be like edge of circle, but nearly rang that one up, I think. Let's go Neutron. Gonna try to do this one a little more outside to account for the skip. There we go. Now it's gonna skip nicely, hopefully, right under the basket. There we go, course corrected. Let's go Plasma. I'm liking that hyzer, man. It's consistent. The pyro, consistent. Match made in heaven. And finally, Fission. Oh, that was not a great throw. And while we're here, let's just go with the Matrix and Deflector, just so we get the full gauntlet of discs here. First we'll go Matrix, numbers 54, -12. I think it's more like 5402, but they don't ask me about the numbers. Yeah, I love the Matrix, man. I did a video on the Matrix a while back. If you haven't seen that one, see the Matrix definitely pushed further, having that straighter flight, a little more glide, well, probably a lot more glide than the pyro and the deflector. 3.504, pure beef. I threw that way outside to try to mitigate just that crazy overstable. That thing got into like that knife angle. Once it hits that peak flight, like it just wants to go straight to the ground. Crazy, crazy overstable. So we got Neutron, Plasma, Deflector, all like 10 feet from the basket here. And that just goes to show that overstability really controls the distance. Like I really can't overthrow the basket that much when I'm using like a glideless overstable disc like this. We'll say the Plasma's closest, but it's pretty darn similar between Neutron and Plasma. But being able to cap the distance, really great for accuracy purposes. This is a 300-foot par 3. Gotta put it down this right gap on the backhand, kind of have it fade in towards the basket, which is kind of like squared up with the T-pad here. Prism Proton. Yeah, that is a nice flight. Don't hit that tree. Oh, that's gonna be almost parked. It's probably circle's edge. Let's go with the Neutron next. Put that one up pretty high. Oh, that's gonna be real nice actually. Oh, we didn't get through though. We hit the tree. Blasted trees. Now we got the Plasma. A little bit high again, but that might be great. Get past the tree. Oh, we did. That's another one, probably inside circle there. Now we have the Fission. A little bit inside, get around. Yes, we got around. Oh, that might be the best of the bunch. I think that's like 15 feet maybe. So we had the Plasma, Proton, and Fission all within like 20 feet of the basket here. Technically though, Plasma is closest. Now, one thing you definitely will have to keep in mind if you're interested in any one of these discs is the fact that the hand feel does differ somewhat between the discs, or rather, it differs quite a bit between the Fission compared to the other 3. The Proton, Neutron, and Plasma are all extremely similar They're very, very flat. They also have kind of a slicker feel to the plastic. But the biggest difference here is that the Fission has that kind of tacky feel where those other three are really slick on the flight plate. This is almost borderline like a baseline feeling plastic. That's part of what I really like about Fission, is that you kind of have that all-weather feel, but you also get more of a premium plastic. So it's a good mix. But where these other three are all really flat, this one actually has a little bit of dome. And I'm going to do a comparison here between the Fission and the other three discs. It's not so much dome that I really feel when I throw it, but it's definitely visually noticeable when you just like put them right next to each other and compare. I don't think that dome is really going to bother people because it's really subtle when you hold it. Like, I really can't tell outside of just like seeing it with my own eyes. So I don't necessarily think that should be a make or break for you, but if it is, that's something to keep in mind. Now, as far as comparing the flights, let's do a little bit more testing on the course. 237-foot par 3. Basket's kind of just straight on though. This is the type of hole where I'd usually be throwing something like the Tempo on a forehand, or maybe like a backhand Envy or Proxy. But we're gonna see if we can get these guys to go kind of straight, maybe put them on a little bit of anhyzer, see if they fight out. Starting with the Proton. So yeah, quite a bit of anhyzer there. Threw that kind of gently though. Oh, that's gonna check up nice. Hit the tree, but that might have been for our benefit. Let's go Neutron. And there we go again, kind of the same shot, comes out real quick. Woo, that was nice. That was real close to the basket. Let's go Plasma, see if we can replicate that. A little bit more to the right. Ooh, that's gonna be nice though. Oh, woo, nice. If we can get these to get like a nice big skip, it's kind of tough when you're throwing it gently. We could flash the chains here. Let's go Fission. Threw that one pretty high. Oh, but I like that. I like that a lot. Oh, a little bit short of the basket. That was real freaking close. So the Proton one hit that tree. So that one went kind of long, but all our other ones that got through clean, right next to each other. We got Fission, Neutron, Plasma, all within 20 feet of the basket. That's real nice. That's some consistency. But again, Plasma, closest. What's up with that? This Plasma one. But that consistency is a big reason why you'd be throwing a disc like this. You know that no matter how you throw it, you're always going to have that really overstable finish. It's always going to fight out whether you put it on anhyzer, hyzer, flat. You're going to have the fade. Whether it's windy or not, you can count on these overstable discs because you know exactly what they're going to do every single time. Whereas more understable discs require more touch. These guys, not the case. No touch required. Now we have a 225-foot par 3 downhill to the left. We're going to be throwing the backhand. Try to make it through this wall of trees. A little bit of poke and pray involved. Let's be praying at home for me. Let's get through the wall of trees. There is water immediately long and left of the basket. So this is one where we really have to control our shot. Make sure that we don't skip too far to the left. It's a bit of a challenge. Let's see if I can do it. Proton. It's looking good. Don't hit that. Oh, that's definitely gonna skip. Oh, well, actually, I think that's fantastic. That didn't really get the skip I thought it would. I think that's gonna be like 15, 20 short. Neutron. Woo, see that one? I do think the Neutron is maybe the most overstable. Like, there's subtle differences, but whenever I throw that Neutron, I'm always like, wait, did I throw that one like all the other ones? Because I always feel like it has a little bit more hook. Let's go Plasma. That could be good. We got to push straight a little bit further. It's probably outside of circle. Not my best shot. Let's try to keep the Fission one just a little bit wider here. That could be good. I like going low because you can kind of play to the skip. Oh, I think that's the best one yet. That is well inside circle. So Fission actually ended up really good here, like 20 feet from the basket. But Proton is our winner here. Plasma has finally been dethroned. Well, guys, that does it for our 4 pyros here. Is there a difference in flight between the 4 plastics? My answer is that it's kind of negligible. Like, there are some slight differences, I think, but I'm not really sure if that's so much a plastic difference or it is just variation within the runs, because they're that similar where I don't think you're necessarily guaranteed a different flight path by going with a different plastic option. But if I absolutely had to rank them from more neutral to more overstable, I would say that the most neutral of the four, even though it's not neutral at all, it's still very overstable, is the Fission. And next I'd probably go Proton. But I will say these three especially are like nearly identical, so again, your mileage may vary, but I'm gonna say Proton, then I'll go Plasma. And finally, I truly think the Neutron is the most overstable of these four, of my 4 discs here. I can't guarantee you that your Neutron is gonna be the most overstable, but in my experience, this is the beefcake of the beefcakes, so take that as you will. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed watching this video, I would appreciate it if you consider liking and subscribing. That'd be awesome. Also, go check out this video's sponsor, Grow and Throw. Grow and Throw is a retailer here in Columbia, Missouri. You can also find them online at growandthrow.shop. They do carry pyros. Last time I was in there, they had a few Prism Proton and a few of the Prism Plasma ones there, so go pick those up. You can also follow me on UDisc community at Flying Fajita. You'll follow me, I'll follow you back. We can stay connected. And as always, guys, I love you. Stay safe out there. I'll see you next time.